What up guys, welcome back to the Elite YGO. I am Kadir, you might have forgotten me by now. It has been a while, I have been quite inactive. Reese, aka Director Fury, has been on my case, telling me to get my shit together and get this content out. Just be a bit more active, so here I am, doing nothing too special, but it is a fun build today. Not competitive by any means, not rogue. This is a casual build. It is a Blue Eyes Chaos Max / Nekroz build. So I will get to you in a moment, and I will showcase this deck profile. Hope you guys enjoy. Alrighty, let's get into this. So starting up, we have 2 vanilla Blue Eyes. I know the rarity is quite bad, as well as the artwork. It's very budget Blue Eyes. When I bought this deck, I didn't want to spend too much money. So I think these came to about 20 cents a pop. But in saying not wanting to spend too much money, Blue Eyes alternative dragons, they do cost a bit, but they are necessary. So they at the time they were 25 each. I'm not too sure what they're at now, but great card nonetheless. Alright, so moving on to the bread and butter of the deck, we have the big boy Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragons. So if you don't know anything about this card, it has a whopping 4k attack. On top of that, can't be targeted by card effects and cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it's a big boy to say the least. If Steph had anything to say about this, he would go ahead and bring up the fact that they can't get over the Sacred Beasts, but you know, there are ways around it. It is a pain in the ass when you're going up against other 4k beaters, but you don't really come across that too often now, do you? Alright, so moving on. So that's all the engine for the Blue Eyes cards, the Blue Eyes engine. They're the only Blue Eyes monsters you need, especially in this mixed build. So moving on to the Nekroz monsters, we have 2 Bryanak. Basically what this does is search out all your other Nekroz monsters by discarding itself once per turn use only, so it's not activated. So if it does get if the effect does get activation does get negated, you can't activate it again because it's wording is used. So that's something you need to watch out for on cards. But moving on, we have the 2 Colossus. So this is the Ritual Spell Searcher by discarding itself. And to finish off the Nekroz monsters, we have 1 Unicorn. So this in itself is a great card. It shuts off the effects of all extra deck monsters. We don't use any extra deck monsters. This is purely just get your Chaos Max out. Get your Unicorn out first if you can. The Bryanak is also good, a very good addition to the going second part of this all. You know, get the Unicorn out, get the Bryanak out, and shuffle away 2 monsters if that's the way you want to go about it, if that's what you got going for you. Anyways, that's the ritual monsters. Now going on to other monsters, so we have the support cards, which are the 3 Talismandras, as well as 3 Impcantation Candles. So the candles will, if you have that in your hand, you reveal a spell, ritual spell in your hand, then you would summon both the Talismandra and itself, and the Talismandra will get its effect to get your ritual monster that you require out from your deck to your hand. Vice versa for the Talismandra, you reveal itself and the ritual monster, and you get the candle, as well as the other missing link to the ritual. Alright, and just to finish us off, we have the Chalice Slime as well as the Inception. So these 2 go hand in hand together. If you have these 2 in your hand, you are rocking. So how this works is the Incantation Chalice Slime will reveal itself, discard 1 card from your hand, which will be the Inception. Special summon a Incantation monster from your deck, which will be either of them. You get its effect to get either the spell or the monster, and then the Inception in the graveyard will then use its effect to tribute a incantation from either your hand or the field, which will be the field in this case, and add itself back to your hand and summon out the other incantation that you require to get the other missing link. So that's all for them. Incantation Inception can also be used to summon out your Chaos Max. So that's another little neat thing. Moving on to the other ritual spells, we have the 3 Advanced Ritual Art. So this is to get your Chaos Max out by sending a vanilla Blue Eyes from your deck to the graveyard. It can be ashed, but hopefully they don't have it. And yeah, alright, and moving on to the last way to get your Chaos Max out, which is the 1 Chaos Form. In this build, I only run the 1 because we're not really maxing out on the Blue Eyes cards. So basically, for the Chaos Form, you need to either banish a Blue Eyes from your graveyard or tribute it from your hand, or field, possibly. Yep, or field. Tribute it from your hand or your field, or banish it from your graveyard. So, because we're not maxing out on them, we might not see it in hand, so we don't want to be missing out on the opportunity. Alright, so moving on to the Nekroz ritual spells, we have the 2 Kaleidoscope. This is your main ritual spell for the Nekroz build, for the Nekroz side of this all. So basically, you want to get to Unicore, summon that Unicore using Kaleidoscope, send a Herald, and get any other missing links you need in your hand, whether it be ritual spell or monster. Moving on, we have the 1 Nekroz Mirror. So this can also ritual summon your Nekroz monsters by either tributing monsters equal to the level of your Nekroz monsters, either from your hand or the field, or banishing it from your graveyard. So that's it's very neat. And we have the 1 Cycle, which ritual summons from the graveyard by tributing monsters equal to the level either in your hand or the field. So that's just one way to cycle your monsters, I guess. Alright, so moving on, we have 3 Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Again, common, cheap, rarities, budget, it is what it is. Yep, so great search card, gets your any Blue Eyes monster, 2 of which can be the same if you want to. If you want to get 2 Blue Eyes Chaos Max out, by all means go for it. Discard 1 card and get them to your hand. Then we have the only draw card of the deck, so we have the 3 Pot of Extravagance. I don't know if I mentioned this is budget, however there are some pricey cards, but there are alternatives. Extravagance has been reprinted 3 times now, I believe, so hopefully you can get it for a good price. If you can't get your hands on it, an alternative would be possibly Trade In and Pot of Desires. So Pot of Desires not so much though, in this build anyway, because we're not really maxing out on the 3 ofs, so it could be a bit risky. And for trading, you might want to max out on the level 8s. So 3 Blue Eyes, 3 alternatives would be best. Then we have the cheeky creature swap for 3 of them. So if you don't know what this card does, you select 1 monster you control, your opponent selects 1 monster they control, and you swap them over. So what the aim of the game is to bring out your incantations, have them in defense mode, and then use this, give that to swap them over, get any monster your opponent gives to you, and get your Chaos Max out, and just punch over for double piercing damage. Yes, I don't know if I mentioned before, Chaos Max also has another effect where when it attacks a defense position monster, it does double piercing damage. 4k attack into a 0 defense monster is game. Alrighty. And I know I'm going back to this again. I know I did say budget, but I do have 3 Lightning Storms in this build. This is solely because we don't really put out any negates whatsoever. The only kind of interruption we play is the Unicore, which is great, but it can be link climbed over and beaten over. So we don't want to go stalling, we don't want to go wasting our turn, like for cards like Evenly Matched or Dark Ruler No More, losing your battle phase or not doing any battle damage. So this is the choice I've gone with. An alternative for this, however, is Nibiru. Not quite. I mean, it can be better in situations, but you just gotta watch out for the attack and defense of the Nibiru token that you give to your opponent. So that's just a little something you need to watch out for. And last but not least, I've just thrown in 3 imperms because you do want to have some sort of interaction with the opponent as you are going second deck. You don't want them to go just all out and not even give you the chance to play. I was fiddling with Forbidden Droplets, however, just losing the hand advantage of going second. It's you need the cards that you have in your hand to make this work. But that is all for the main deck. That consists of 42 cards. Before I move on to the extra deck, I will just give a quick shout out to nekroz.com.au. Go there for any of your single card needs, any Yu-Gi-Oh purchases. Use the promo code Elite5. Great stuff, great prices, and great service. Yeah, alrighty. Now that that's all said and done, moving on to the extra deck. So we have the bread and butter of the extra deck, which is the Herald of the Arclight. Use this with Kaleidoscope. Get yourself any spell or monster that you require, a ritual spell or ritual monster. Then we have the other unicorn targets, which are the Ints. Alright, let's go with Ints. Not Intus. Alright. I'm babbling. I'm bragging. Alright. Anyways, yeah. So it's just a clearance pop. So if you don't really require the Herald, you can just get a pop or a negate bait, I guess, with the Entus. Then we have that's pretty much all we need for the build for the deck. So the rest of it is just space fillers for Xtrav. I have placed here 3 level 6s. It's gonna be any level 6 in the extra deck for Bryanak targets for the Kaleidoscope, if that's the route you're going. I don't have 3 level 6s here, obviously, but that's just a route you can go. Then moving on, we have 2 Sub Dragon Nova because Dogmatica are a thing right now. They will be a thing for who knows how long. Doubt that deck will get hit anytime soon. You know, push the new cards, give them the spotlight. So I believe that any deck that does have space in the extra deck should be playing at least 1 Cyber Dragon Nova and at least 1 Mechaba. Cyber Dragon Nova's effect is if it gets sent to the graveyard by your opponent's effect, some sort of wording like that. Let me double check it. Let me clarify because I don't want to get this wrong. If this card in your possession is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 machine type fusion monster from your extra deck. There you go. And that is how you summon out your only negate monster, which is the Mechaba. Yeah, so Mechaba is a great choice. I only have the 1 at the moment. My second is coming through sometime soon. Don't know how it is with all these Oz posts at these current times. And then to finish it off, there is space. I didn't know what to put out, and I didn't know what else to put, so I've just gone with the 1 Phoenix and the 1 Cerberus. So I do know that with the incantations, you cannot summon from the extra deck. However, with having access to the creature swap, you will no longer control incantations. So unless I've got that wrong, please someone correct me, but I believe that's how you get out of that. And just go into a free link to get rid of their monsters and possibly get a pop out of it. But yeah, that's it for the deck profile, guys. Hope you liked, hope you enjoyed. Like I said, casual deck, fun deck. Hopefully get a few cheeky wins with the creature swap at your locals, and let me know how you go. Alright, see you next time.